Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Monday night live stream here in Joe Daddy's garage. Hopefully, I doubt it, but hopefully I don't have computer problems tonight. I know in the past several weeks now, I've been fighting with the computer going from regular to Wi-Fi, back and forth and causing all kinds of problems. And I was experimenting a little bit earlier before I actually started the broadcast to turn on airplane mode. Somebody suggested I did that. I turned it on airplane mode and it would not start the broadcast. So I had to turn that back off and let it kick on. So anyway, I'm glad you're here. It's been a pretty nice weekend and, making some progress around the shop, and that's got me in a good mood. We'll put it that way. And hopefully everybody is doing well. So if you're new to the Monday night live stream, we try to focus on talking about cars. And sometimes we get off track a little bit. And if people have questions, we encourage them to ask. Primarily, though, we look for cars, classic car questions, Mustangs, Camaros, Mopars, whatever. And typically avoid newer stuff because it's so hard to talk about those things when it has computer controls and, whatever. Now, sometimes we can't answer those, but for the most part, we try to avoid those. If I can answer a question, great. If I can't, I've got a bunch of people over here on the side that are following along, and they are usually very helpful and can give us some great answers as well. Okay, with that out of the way, it is Monday, April 26th, and I've been doing a lot of stuff this past weekend, trying to get just a lot of things done, in the short period of time that we have on this earth, right? So I'll get into more of that as we go forward, but I want to shout out to who's here. And we have Clark, who showed up early. He gets the first bell for the super sticker. Thank you, Clark. I appreciate that very much. He also says happy Monday. Yes. Let's see. Terry Keithley. Hey, it's Monday time for Barry. Ding, ding, ding. Yep. Give you a bell for that. Roger checking in from next door. Cool. David Willis. Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, I hope as well. Hope the same thing. Let's put it that way. Rick Gang, just time to just kick back and relax for a little while and listen to some good conversation. Hope everybody is doing well. Glad you're here, Rick. Bob Shoemaker from Oklahoma. Arthur Woodward. Hey, guys, I'm actually early. That's good. I'm glad you're here. Richard Byrne, I believe is how it said, right? Hello, everyone. Don Thompson with Betsy checking in from Portland. It's Portland. If you watch that video, I had some bloopers at the end of that video with Don. I knew he was West Coast, and I knew rain. So my mind said Seattle, because it always rains in Seattle, apparently. But it was Portland. And I figured that out eventually. I'm glad you're here, Don. Hope you're making some progress on the car. Phil checking in. California, I believe. Northern California. Is that right? Oh, yeah, there it is. Northern California. I didn't see that. I was just remembering. I did not see that before I said that. Jerry checking in from Middle Tennessee. Jerry, just to let you know, your hat was mailed out today. Also, Winged Warrior, your hat was mailed out, and Dave Pulse, his hat was mailed out as well. So thank you all for that. Dave Conville, I think that's our first Dave sighting. Good evening, everybody. Welding teeth on my backhoe this evening. Sorry. First Dave bell. Rick Stevenson, hello, everyone. Black Rain. Got a thumbs up and 100, and I don't know what else is there. Handshake, maybe? Glad you're here. T, hello. How is everyone? How is everyone's day is the question. Glad you're here. T. Dan checking in from across the ocean. Morning, everyone. Glad you're here. Robert Magny. Hello, everyone. Hello, Barry from Blanchard, Oklahoma. Glad you're here. And Bob Knoll. How's it going, Barry? This is Bob in Detroit. Glad you're here, Bob. Okay. Oh, we got Crash Rider checking in. Greetings from Southern Indiana. I've been cleaning out the garage today. Only about 2 more weeks of work, and I might be able to get a car in. I know that feeling. Glad you're here. So let me recap some stuff that has been going on. Of course, trying to get the Mustang finished up. We talked previously about Yes Welder sending me a plasma cutter. So they sent me a plasma cutter. And, of course, part of their request was, hey, make a video. And so I made a video on the plasma cutter. Now that video correlates, is that the word? That video also covers the Triumph Bonneville that I'm working on for Dan. And I used the plasma cutter to cut up some metal to make a seat bracket, and it did its job, and it's fine. So I made that video. If you've been, keeping up, of course, I did post a video today. I posted a video yesterday for Don on his Betsy Mustang. I posted a video today on the motorcycle. I have the Yes Welder plasma cutter video done. I'm usually behind on stuff, but I have that one done and it's in the queue. And I have it scheduled for tomorrow, but I may wait and do it on Wednesday just because I don't know about stacking up videos, every day is a good idea. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. And I got T. T says he forgot to say checking in from Minnesota. And Guido is here. He's in the house. Thank you, Guido. Glad you're here. So anyway, I use that plasma cutter, and I needed to cut some metal anyway, and it worked out. That was in a good situation to use that thing. Now let me tell you, this little plasma cutter, I had no idea what to expect when I got this thing. I really didn't. I had no, send me something, I'll look at it and see if it's any good. At this point, it works. That's about all I can say. It works. I haven't used it more than once, and I haven't used it to cut, half-inch steel or anything. But the cool part about it is it's 110 or 220. It'll run off of either one, and has an adapter for that. It has a little water separator on the back of it, which took me a little bit to figure that out because the instructions are probably not the best instructions. So I had to go over the details, putting it together, because I figure that's only fair. If I'm trying to show somebody how to use one of these things and I say, just put it together and start cutting, well, not everybody is inclined to just do it, and figure that out. So I went ahead and gave kind of an instructional video in the process. So anyway, it did the job, and it's remarkably enough, that little thing, it's only like 17 pounds is what it weighs. 17 pounds. That's not a lot compared to the other one I have on the other side of the shop, which is over that shoulder, right somewhere over there. It's a lot bigger, a lot heavier. Now, I can't say the longevity. I can't tell you that this thing's going to last 10 years. I don't know, but it fired right up. It worked. It did what it was supposed to do. And I honestly say, if you're going to be, coming up with a way to cut up a car, you cut out floor pans or whatever, that thing will do it with ease. It worked out fine. And along with that, I'll point out that there's the video when it either release it tomorrow or Wednesday, there's a link in there where if you want to buy one, you can go through my link, and they tell me they're going to give me like 10% or something. I don't know. But they since I've went on their site, they actually have them on sale right now, like somehow. So whatever, just let you know, that's another one that's coming. And I have another video that I'm going to talk about here in probably just a few minutes, but let's see what else is going on. We have BK Woods is checking in, and Leonard, evening all. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Yes. Very good. I'm trying to keep things moving here in the shop, and I'm working on that motorcycle, and that's a good break. That's one of those things where I can use my fabrication skills, that I don't always get to use, because fabrication is one thing to where you're really like building a Mustang. It's not so much fabrication as it is modification. There's a difference. So, you have something and it's supposed to fit the car and it doesn't. To me, that's modification. That's not fabrication. Fabrication comes into mind whenever you're trying to build something different and you're not following, a prescribed viewpoint or a drawing specifically, or a blueprint, let's say. So it's like, well, I want to do this, but how do I get there? And that, to me, I love that, because it lets my mind dance around and go, oh, I have an idea. And so I've been conversing back and forth with Dan and showing him some pictures and stuff and ideas. I think we've narrowed down 99% of what we're going to do with the back of the bike. And if you haven't seen it, I did share that video today. So if you haven't seen that, you can take a look at it if you like. And so there'll be another video coming out on a bike where it'll be about the rear fender and the lighting and that configuration that's going to happen in the back. And it's going to be way better than what somebody else had done to it previously. Trust me, way better. It's going to look slick. So anyway, Winged Warrior, Dave, I was just talking about you. Your hat's in the mail. My wife mailed it out today. She helped me out. Went to the mailbox, or went to the post office and mailed out some stuff. Leonard, what's going on with Brooklyn Pony? I have no idea. I don't. It's like the I can go back in time and say, I needed this part then. I needed this part then. I need this part then. And parts haven't, I think I'm done. Honestly, I'm to the point where I think I want to be done with the car. I'm just, it's here and it's just taking up space, and, it's just a thorn in my side at the moment, to be honest. I'll just be honest. I try to be nice to everything going on, but what can I do? So, anyway, thanks for bringing it up, Leonard. I was having such a good day. Third Stall Garage checking in from West Michigan. Glad you're here. Jack W. Hey, Barry, got my car stripped down to bare bones. Found some not so desirable rust. Yeah, that's not surprising. Even Don is finding rust in his car that he definitely, didn't expect to find, but, your car is a fastback. So is it worth it to play with and finish? Yeah, it is. Don, looks like Iron Man is running the behind the scenes camera. Yeah. He's trying. Marshall. Uh-oh. Did I only get part of Marshall? I got. Is that all you sent, Marshall? Was got? I'm assuming there's more to that. Okay, we'll get to that. Leonard. Hope it's not going to be a bust. Yeah, me too. It's been here 4 years. Yeah. And I had somebody make a comment earlier on one of the videos, what's taking why, the customer must not be happy with you taking so long to finish, something. And I was like, wait a minute. I work pretty quick where I have parts in my hands and I have materials, and I'm not begging for stuff. I can get a lot done. But unfortunately, I think my tolerance has kind of reached its peak to where I'm like, it doesn't matter anymore. That's kind of where I'm at. Just be honest. Dave, charge rent storing it until you own it. That's a very good possibility. Even though I'm not interested in owning it. That's the only bad part. I really not interested, but that may be what happens. I don't know. Gordon, my dog says hi from Lisbon Falls, Maine. Well, I'll have to take your word for it. I can't, I can't say if your dog honestly talks, but Rick, if you don't want the Brooklyn Pony anymore, I'll come get it. Yeah. If only that easy. If we're only that easy. Daniel Shader. Slick, that's an understatement. The ideas you come up with for the scramble will make the build amazing. I think so too. And if you, like we talked about, if you compare them to what they did, I mean, I have some other ideas, but I don't, we were talking about the brake light, and I don't know that I want to do, Dan, since you're here, I don't know that I want to do that LED thing. I would like it if I could do it my way. I don't want to do it where I've copied somebody else, let's say. So it would have to be my way, but I think we're just going to go with the round light and be good, because it'll give it that look that I think it needs to some point. But that's where we're at right now. Greg's Workshop is checking in from Australia. Glad you're Titan flaring tool worked well and no leaks with the stainless lines yet. Now on to the last skinny pedal to make this thing go. Cool. You get a bell for that. Jack, the debate now is, should I have it blasted or not? Well, that's a tough question. I mean, look at what you're going to be replacing anyway and figure out, what am I going to gain from blasting, because I know you're doing a full floor pan. I'm pretty sure you're doing full quarters. Pretty sure you're doing wheelhouses. What's left? What's going to get blasted? I mean, besides the exterior sheet metal, the roof, rocker panels, firewall, look at what you're removing and what you gain from blasting. That's the way I would judge that. So, I mean, it could be beneficial. Could be. But you're probably going to tossing most of what you're going to get blasted anyway. Unless you tell them, I only want you to blast here, 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 and here. Be gentle, But Leonard, one word, crap. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Emil, hey, would love to share pics on my progress. Got my 65 painted. Next is suspension and motor and interior. Well, if you want to, you can send me some pictures. Let's see. Okay. I had a couple people send me some emails had some questions. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Robert Magny sent me some pictures. Those are nice. I'll download a couple of those, just because they're nicely, it looks really nice. And it was a Rob, old Dodge truck is what this is. So I don't know what year model. We can talk about that in just a second. Let me see if I can download those without. Let's see if it doesn't blow up the computer. Because I've been fighting with this thing, as we know. And in fact, I went ahead earlier. I turned off my desktop computer in the house just to take one out of the system. So we'll see if this works or not. If not, we may have to skip some pictures. Well, I got one. Let me open that one up. So I'll have to get Rob to tell us. I don't know what year this truck is, but it looks pretty nice. Let me get one more file, and we'll have a look at it. So let me pull email off. Go back to this. So yeah, oh man, you get stuff blasted, and I don't know if that's powder coated. I'm assuming powder coated. Stuff like that just makes you happy. Just makes you happy seeing all that stuff cleaned up. That looks nice. Yeah. That feels so good when you get something old and rusty like that, and you get it cleaned up, powder coated, painted, whatever. It's just such a good feeling to see that. Let's see. Dave, blasting can bust holes all over if it's thin metal anywhere. The only blasting I would do on exterior sheet metal is the glass bead. Okay. Or I think it would be cool to try out dustless blasting. Yeah. Yeah. Dustless blasting would be a nice touch. It really would be a nice way to go. Emil, what is good factory front suspension 5-block disc brake conversion? Well, what I used in the 68 Mustang was a CSRP. So you can look them up. If you look up the 68 Mustang Jade, you go back into several years ago where I put the front suspension under it. I used the CSRP conversion, and it worked fine. It all worked fine. Didn't really have any issues. I mean, I had one issue because the driver's side shock tower was actually pushed back, and the bracketry they use to hold the master cylinder, I had to modify it because with the shock tower back just a slight amount, it compressed the opening for the master cylinder. So I had to modify the bracket from the company to make it fit. But I pulled it off. Again, that's a fabrication thing, but I did make it work. Dave and Cheryl, late to the show, was enjoying the 85-degree weather, but hello, everyone. Hello, everyone is well, and it's just Cheryl tonight. Okay, glad you're here. Harvey, hello from sunny New Jersey. Glad you're here. Robert Aberry, it's a 93 Dodge D150 two-wheel drive short bed truck. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Like I said, anytime you get stuff cleaned up, it makes a big difference. It would be dustless blasting. Okay, that's a good way to go. That's a good way to go. Let me see what I have here. Let me get these pictures up. Yeah, I see that, Don. You're right. Technically, that is a modification. That's right. That's yeah. So I said fabrication. You're right. It is a modification. You get a bell for that. But I had to be creative to redesign what they built. I had to redesign it because it worked, but I had to kind of re-envision what they had. Clark, CSRP SN95 power brake, good stuff. Yeah, I don't know if the SN95. I don't know what. I mean, my CSRP kit I used was the for the 68 Mustang. I mean, it's supposed to copy it, basically, is what I understand. So now the CSRP SN95. I'm assuming that's for the later model Mustang style brakes. I assume. I don't know. Fill me in if I'm wrong. Emil, I sent you pics in Messenger. Oh, okay. I don't know if I can get to those right now. Robert, I had everything sandblasted and painted, everything in the garage with different single stage paint colors. Okay. So it's not powder coated. That's okay. It looks good. It looks real good. TWD, any tips on replacing rear quarter on 69 Mustang? Well, I've not done a 69. I've done 65 and 6 and 8. I've done T-birds. I've done all kinds of other stuff, but I've not done a 69. So, I mean, what do you need to know? There's different ways to do it. There's many different ways to do it. Some people do a quarter skin, which is cut below the top edge of the body when it comes out and drops. Some people do the quarter skin below that line. I've done it to where I've done a full quarter on a car to where I've gone all the way up into underneath, or I've cut off the piece that goes underneath the sail panel. And I've also done it where I put the quarter. And I've also done it like on the 68 Mustang with the coupe that I cut it, left the piece under the sail panel, and I also left the trunk opening. I cut off the edge of the trunk opening 3/8 of an inch so that original trunk opening didn't change. Nothing moved. It stayed exactly where it needed to be. So I've done it that way as well. So there's a variety of ways to approach it. But I have all these, there's videos on my channel If you haven't seen them, if you have, maybe they give you some. It doesn't answer your question. Maybe we can come up with some more answers for you. Chris, hey, got to go in for night shift. Well, I'm glad you checked in, Chris. Leonard, at least you haven't said a little bit. Clark, I got the SN95 Power Brakes manual trans conversion for 68 Mustang. Okay. Thank you for that. Wayne Warrior, my car came with a new front brake conversion in it. Uses 4x4 Blazer single piston calipers. The booster was 9-inch diameter, made clutch cable and hydraulic clutch both have interference. No, I'm not familiar with that one. Emil is asking about my email. So let me just pop that up real quick. Bottom of the screen, Emil. joedaddysgarage@gmail.com. That's where I'm at. joedaddysgarage@gmail.com. Yeah, Dave, I had not heard of a Blazer using Blazer calipers. That's different, but I don't know who makes that. That sounds interesting, though. TWD, I'll check them out. Thanks. Okay, yeah, if you look up, there's a variety of ways. If you look up the Mystique Mustang, I did a left quarter on it. I did a section on the right rear of the of that car. That's 65. The 68, I did full quarters, but I also sectioned off the trunk lid opening or the trunk gap opening. So I did that one that way. I've done the light blue Mustang, whole back of the car, full quarters, but not fastback, So I don't know if you're referring to a fastback. I know you said 69 Mustang. So, it's going to be a little different for the if it is a fastback. So anyway, hope those help you out. Jerry, I used the CSRP conversion on my 66 and had to convert from I6 to V8 spindles. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good upgrade. Dave had to modify the calipers for clearance to the wheels. Even with the wheel spacers, had to get a 8-inch OEM style booster as well. Yeah. So I would say let's not recommend that kit. I don't know who, if somebody just did their own thing or if it was an actual kit, because people always try to come up with different ways to do brakes on these cars and save some money. So it's hard to say what that kit was or if it was a kit. Oh, okay. Sorry about the name. It means The Walking Dead. I play a zombie AK Walker on the show. Thanks again. Oh, okay. So are you here? I guess you're here in Georgia then. Or at least I assume you're here in Georgia because they filmed that just down the road from me. That way. Just down the road from me. So if you're not far away, you could stop in and say hi. You could wear your get up, right? Come in as a walker. It's funny you mentioned it. I actually went on, tried to be an extra on the show, and I showed up. They put me, got me in some makeup, not a zombie, but got me in the into a scene, and they filmed it, and I was like, cool, I'm going to be on the show, and they carefully edited me out. So I must not have fit what they were looking for. And in hindsight, I look back and they dressed me in some almost like I wear my stuff in here, like green, like blue jeans or regular pants and a green shirt or something. And they don't have anybody wear hats. Hats are not part of the show, at least not the extras. So, in fact, whenever I got there, they looked at me and they said, were you already in wardrobe? And I said, no. So they had me change into clothes that they provided. And I was basically putting on the same clothes that I had on. It was funny. So anyway, they did the filming and I don't think I fit in because all the characters that were in the scene with me, they're all wearing like dark colored clothes. Some of them had like straps of something on and gloves. And here I am looking like I just walked in off the street, to stop in at a Waffle House and get some food. So I don't think I fit the image. I don't know what they were thinking, but I was the only one that was like, I would have stood out like a sore thumb, honestly. But it was fun. It was fun, at least doing it, short term and experimenting. Dave Britton checking in. Glad you're here, Dave. Email might be late, but there's a guy I think is in Nebraska and has 265 comments like yours. He's trying to get rid of. Okay. Well, maybe that'll help. So I still don't see any email yet from Emil. That's okay. Okay, so base hardtop is what he's saying. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're if you're filming in the Atlanta area, you're not far away from me. You're not far away. So, all right, send me an email. Maybe I can come look at your car. That would be kind of cool. And Roger says hindsight. Yeah. I'm not sure in what we're referencing right now as far as hindsight, but yeah. So, while we have a lull, wait, let's see. Email, just send it. Okay. TWD, I don't know if you're saying come to the camp at the Hilton in Peachtree, Georgia. Yeah, Peachtree City. I mean, literally, I'm right here. I live in my town is Fayetteville, so you're within Walking Dead distance of wherever I'm at. Just letting you know. Send me an email though. Maybe we can converse and figure something out. Send me an email. Bottom of the screen. Joe Daddy's Garage. All right. Okay, so here we go. Oh wow. All right, so Phil sent me a picture, and I may have to download that. And then email. Cool. Okay, let me download these. That's pretty cool looking. Here we go. All right, we'll see if we can't break the internet. So hold on. I'm gonna download a picture. See if this will open. And this one should be from Phil. And he says, wait, let me pull this off. Let me get this out of the way. He says, name these parts. Ding, 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 ding. You look at those parts while I download some more stuff. Name those parts. That's what he's saying. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. I'm waiting on your responses while I download these other pictures. I mean, those look like it's got a 6 lug and it's got a hub. Let's see if I got this last picture right. So, I mean, it looks like it's for a trailer, like a dummy leg on a trailer or something, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look strong enough, honestly, with the spot welds and stuff. So I don't know. That's just my thought. Set up for a trailer of some sort. I could be wrong. All right. So did we get some comments on that? Let's see. Okay, so we have Winged Warrior says trailer rotors. Well, that's kind of what it looks like to me. Jerry says bolt on or torque arms for bolt on trailer suspension. That makes sense. And Jerry says trailer parts. Yes. And Mustang Mike, what's up, Barry? Guessing trailer parts too. That's my thought. So I'm waiting for Phil to fill us in. Emil says, farm tractor implement wheels. I like that answer. That's a good answer. Arden says spare tire rack. I don't think so, because those are rotating. Those have hubs that rotate. Let's see. Dawn saying hub and swing axle for a tank. Interesting. And Greg says trailer parts. So I'm going to go with that. I'm still thinking trailer parts, but I do like Emil's answer. Farm tractor implement wheels. So we're gonna let Phil tell us what it is in just a minute. Now, I'm gonna show you these other pictures that. Let me see what's the comment here. I don't know why I have this silly. I have something blocking my screen, so I can't see right. Okay. So we're going to look at these other pictures. And these pictures were sent by Emil. And it says the wide wheels is the plan. So check this out. Man, those are some wide wheels, wide flares. Look at it from the side. That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat underneath there. Now, I'm trying to think here. Unless I'm wrong, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I won't be offended. But aren't you building a 65 Comet or Cyclone? Am I right or wrong? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Because I thought you were building a Cyclone. You can say if I'm wrong. It's okay. Yeah, that looks a lot different with the little skinny wheels underneath it. A lot different. So what are the plans for that? Is it going to be just a road car, like racing, or what? That's pretty cool looking. Kind of gives it a Hot Wheels look to it. All right. Let me go back to comments. So Emil 65 Mustang. Okay. Well, now I'm confused. Who was it that was building the Len. Ah, yeah. Sorry, Len Ekema. I had to dig around in there a little bit. Spoon it out. Len Ekema is building the Cyclone. See there? I remember things. And I knew the name was a little different. So Emil was a little different as well. So it's going to be a cruiser show car. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. All right. Okay, so TWD, what are you saying? Again, come to the camp at the Hilton in Peachtree, Georgia. And I send me an email, seriously. Send me an email. It's at the bottom of the screen. Just take a minute and send me an email so that I can make contact with you. We can talk about it. That would be cool. Do we ever get an answer from Phil? What was the answer on the other pieces? What was it? We need Phil to give us an answer. Because he left us hanging. Oh, we have Mason checking in. Where did I see that at? I saw Mason somewhere up here. Hey, Joe Daddy's Garage, how's it going? I'm glad you're here, Mason. So Mustang Mike is asking Emil, what's the engine trans combo? What's the combo? Yeah, Leonard gave me a whoops there. I think that's what kind of got me off track too. As maybe, I don't know, because Leonard had said about the Comets, and my mind was thinking, I know that was Len, but I got Emil in there. So anyway, Mustang Mike wants to know what's the engine trans combo on your cruiser. The thing looks pretty slick, I must say. Okay, back to the comments. Okay, so keeping it pretty simple. 289 C4. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. That's perfect for a cruiser. Derek Pro checking in. How's the land down under? It's a horrible Australian accent. Bad Harry. Hey, Barry. Hi, all better. Oh, hi, all. See, punctuation gets me. Hey, Barry. Hi, all. Better late than never. Okay. You know, you ever get those text messages from somebody and it's just, and you're like, oh, where's the sentence stop? It's kind of where I get that. Antonio, hi from Brownwood, Texas. I'm glad you're here. Mustang, my cool ride, perfect for a cruiser. Yes, I agree. And Derek saying very cold at the moment. Rain, rubbish. Yeah, like my accent, rubbish. Right? Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here as well. You know, I was talking about things going on and trying to get stuff moving, and you know, and I've mentioned before. You've probably seen on my other channel, the workshop channel, that I've been posting things occasionally. And I posted a couple videos about the camper that we have. You know, the fifth wheel camper we bought several years ago over in Alabama. And I had an issue with it. I ended up last fall, when we closed it up for the season, I went to clean it out and the refrigerator died. Like, it wasn't pretty. There was a bunch of rotten stuff in this thing. And so it went from me shutting down and bringing some stuff home to cleaning out the whole refrigerator. Well, you start looking at that and you're thinking, wait a minute, this is a 20-year-old camper. How do you fix this? You know, do you spend a ton of money on a new electric, propane, whatever refrigerator, or what can I do otherwise? So I started doing some research and I found out that, hey, you can take a conventional refrigerator, put it right in the hole. It'll fit. And I actually found a video of it, and I thought, well, you know what? Why not? Because that camper's not moving. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay right where it's at. If we ever decide to sell it, it's going to be, say, they get it where it's at and they get it as is. So anyway, yesterday I went over to the camper. I had bought a refrigerator that would fit. And so that's what I did yesterday. Spent most of the day over there removing that old refrigerator and installing the new refrigerator. And of course, I made a video on it, you know, and that video will be on the workshop channel. But I'm so relieved, you know, because you stress out over things like that. First of all, the drive it's an hour and 40 minutes to get there. So you got to pack up whatever tools you think you're going to need to fix it. And then, you know, if you don't have something, the nearest store, in my case, is about 15 miles away from where the camper is. So you got to make sure you have all that stuff so that you're not, you know. So anyway, I got it out. Luckily I had a friend with me. He came over. He lives over there. He came over and helped me get that thing out because I was going to wrestle it out by myself. Bad idea. I will say this: the new refrigerator, because I did load it into our van and out of the van by myself, it's 117 pounds, and I can move it. But the other refrigerator, I think, is a bit more because it has more junk on it. Anyway, I managed to get that thing changed out, plugged it in. It works, and that's like you know, because you definitely don't want to go somewhere if you have a camper somewhere and have to truck in all of your coolers, all your food is on ice. You got to go get more ice or whatever. Definitely don't want to do that. So it turned out to be a good day yesterday to have that happen and, you know, get it together. So that's another video that I need to edit. You know, I have a bunch of stuff going on. Derek says, nah, all good. Okay. Greg says it's good down here. Oh, where he's at in Australia. So Must be in two different parts of the land down under. Willie Goodman. Good evening, all. Glad you're here. Bad hair, you're right. I suck at punctuation. Sorry in advance. Well, we get kind of used, we communicate with friends or something, and you kind of just get in a hurry and post something. But it can be difficult sometimes. You try to read something and it's like, oh, wait a minute, I should have stopped there. Leonard, the electric Mustang must be a terror on the road from what being posted. The electric, you're talking about the electric SUV Mustang? I hate to even say that. Just a bad taste in your mouth. Electric SUV Mustang. Ugh. I don't know what's been posted, but I haven't been keeping up with it. It's not on my radar. Emil, I do want to thank you, Joe Daddy, and all your listeners. You have been great motivation for me and very educating people to see you guys at some car shows. It would be nice to see some people at the car shows. Phil, they attach to a C-van container in the lifting holes and allow you to lift the other end gently and gently, I guess, move it, not moor it. I just finished painting them when you were talking about powder coating. Okay. So a C-van container in the lifting holes. Okay. I've never seen them before, but that makes sense. So we were kind of right. Trailer, we kind of had the right answer. Derek watched the episode on the mower servicing. Enjoyed it. Reminded me to check the oil in mine. LOL, as a mechanic, the mower tends to be the last thing we check. Just keep mowing. Just keep on mowing. Yes. Yeah, and that's the the reason I bought that mower was because the previous mower I had, which was like a Troy built, I think is what it was, it exploded. And I mean, I should have had a video of that thing. I only had it 2 years. And I took care of it. I was mowing the yard. All of a sudden, the back corner of the case exploded. And all of the oil went on the ground. Just like that. The weird part about it was it kept running. It kept on running. The case was blown apart. It was a 1/4 inch. Thing just kept on running. I would shut it off, and when it ran wide open. Like, it was running so fast, I was scared it was just going to scatter and blow pieces all over the place. And that's why I said I'm done with these riding type simulated tractor mowers. So it went away. And that's why I got that zero turn. Third stall, old trailer work can be fun. I just finished rebuilding the front of my 1960 Mallard canned ham trailer. I filmed it and hope to get a post video soon. Conventional fridge is a good choice. Yes. Yeah, it definitely is a good choice. I mean, it'll be nice. So a canned ham trailer. So you're talking about like one of those small, you're talking about the teardrop kind of shaped trailers. Those are cool looking. I know they make some new ones. They're retro styled, but those are cool. Willie, that reflection off the hood is looking nice, Barry. Yeah, and I haven't done anything yet. It's actually got dust all over it. I don't want to touch it, but it's got dust all over it. I have not sanded or buffed this yet. It's coming. In fact, I was debating. That's a kind of a tool that I wanted to mention. I was really debating on buying one of those Milwaukee buffers, the M18, cordless buffer. I almost had myself convinced. But then I got to thinking, because we have to be responsible, right? I got to thinking, how much does this buffer cost, or how much does it cost? And how often will I use it? Can I justify the purchase? Short answer, no. I'm just honest. I can't justify it. They're not cheap. They are not cheap. I have a generic buffer that I've used on other vehicles from Harbor Freight. Granted, it works, but it's not great. So I ended up ordering a DeWalt corded buffer. It's got a rubber head on it, so it protects you, keep from hitting things, whatever. I figured, why not? The cord is irritating, but can I justify the cost of the M18 cordless? No, I just can't. I just can't. If I was buffing cars for a living, that would be different. I might buff one a year, maybe. Mustang bike Mach E, no thanks. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, to me, we talked about it briefly in the past. The new Broncos, they have the Bronco Sport, which is like, I think it's just an Escape with like different sheet metal on it. Honestly, I think it's all it is. I think it's an Escape. I don't know. I've seen a couple of them around town, and I was just like, that's just an Escape. It's just an Escape with Bronco names on it, And I'm like, so you have the Bronco Escape, and then they have the Bronco Expedition, I think, and then they're going to have the Bronco Mustang. They're going to start merging the names together and try to make sales on them. You never know. Austin Baxter, hey Barry, glad you're here. Austin, I'm sure you covered this before. Why is your channel called Joe Daddies? I cover that in my opening video for the channel. If you were to click on the channel, and I'll be happy to talk about it. Our daughter's name is Jo, or Joelle, and so we call her Joe or JoJo. And so it kind of worked out that it was like, hey, we were thinking about ways to incorporate, a different name, let's say. So you got to have like GoDaddy, you have GoDaddy, whatever internet stuff, and Joe Daddy, just kind of, hey, I'm Joe's daddy, whatever. So Joe Daddy's Garage is kind of how that came together. Hope that makes sense. I know it. People remember it. It kind of rolls out there. And that's why it's spelled J-O, not J-O-E. So, good question, though. Caden, I made a petition to change brown to dark orange. How's that going? Give you a bell for that. Making me laugh. Leonard, sorry, no electric Mustang here either. Yeah, no. Caden, ooh, is your turn. Fancy. I'm stuck with an old but good 18-year-old Craftsman. It's funny. I had a mower for 14 years that was a Wizard, I think is what it was. Was it Wizard? I think it was Wizard. It was sold through Western Auto. I had that thing 14 years, never gave me any trouble. I think I replaced the spindles on it once. And then I went and bought a Husqvarna bigger tractor, thinking I need a bigger tractor now, right? So I sold the Wizard. I think the guy's still using it. I think he's still using it. And it's been like probably another 14 years later. So, but it was a little small. It was a 42-inch. Not as good. And now that I have zero turn, I love that thing. Just a joy to mow the yard with that. Caden, I just found out a friend of mine just bought a 71 Super Bee. Oh, nice. I like those. Infernal Craftsman, Robert, checking in. Glad you're here. I have 2 of those old Harbor Freight buffers. Cheap, but they do the job. Yeah. Why do you have 2 of them? I understand. Caden, is it just me or is anyone else having audio? It's just you. It's the internet. It hates me. David Cheryl, gotta go. Need to fix a tire on our mower. Hope everyone stays safe and well. Glad you're here, Cheryl. Mustang Mike, don't like the Bronco either. Old school ones are the best. Yes, I agree. Dave, if you buy a corded tool, you don't have to worry about the batteries going south in between jobs. The batteries are expensive and will be more expensive in the future with e-cars consuming resources. True. Yeah, I mean, I just, you're an engineer, I know how engineers' minds, I think I know how they operate. And it's kind of different. You'll do like a case study on something. I know that. If you're looking at making a purchase or you're looking at doing a project, you'll probably do a flow chart. You'll probably do a cost analysis for every little thing. I know I've worked with engineers who are aircraft engineers are crazy. Let's just say that. I knew one guy, he was going to buy a rear differential for his like 95 F-150 truck because his just, came apart. And he went so far, I'm telling you, he made this, he called up every junkyard he could, and he got a part number, let's say, whatever code number for every differential that he could, that they had available. He went through the mileage of every one of those trucks, and then he went through the cost that they were asking for each one of those rear end, differentials. And then he basically narrowed it down. He said, this is the one I want. And that's what he bought. And I don't blame him. He probably did the right thing, but most of us just don't do that. We're like, oh, there's one. I got it. Put it in and go. And the funny part too was he asked me to help him change out the rear end. And I said, sure, no problem. Well, I already knew that it would be cumbersome to work with this guy and try to, put this together. I just had the feeling. So he had dropped the truck off, and the rear end was in the bed of the truck. And he said, okay, I'll come back tomorrow and help you put it in. I said, okay. Well, by the time he got here, I was done. I had pulled it out, put it in, redid all the brakes, everything ready to go. I said, you're done. Take it with you. Robert. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just the crazy internet. Let's see, Leonard, why do you see if Ford puts the 7.3 in the Raptor? That could be interesting. Caden, I have one signature. Well, maybe you ought to see about changing dark brown or light or orange to light brown. Maybe that's the word. Is that how, maybe it's going the wrong way. Derek, some of the cheaper brands are okay. We have a store called Bunnings here, which is like Harbor Freight. They have great, cheap brand tools and a 5-year warranty. Brushless, cordless, win-win. Wow. That does sound great. You could send me one. We'll try it out. Robert, Wizard was one ago. I still have some Wizard sockets. Yeah. Yep. Dave, what make is your zero-turn mower berry? It is an Ariens, A-R-I-E-N-S, Ariens Icon. Actually, that's probably one of my most popular videos on my other channel. I did a review of that, and I showed how to change the oil. I showed all the features on it, and that's been a great video. And then I also did I just did a 4-year video where I bet basically a 100-hour service on it. So it's a Ariens Icon is the brand. Okay, we had that one. Clark says it's just you. It's fixed now. Emil, I had the airbrushing done on my car by State of the Art Design. That's her web address. Look her up. She's great. Her name is Denise. Okay. That's where I don't know what state you're in, so that might help. I needed that. Got to have the coffee. Bet Harry's, I love my subcompact Kubota. It is a Swiss Army knife of tractors, does everything: backhoe, loader, tiller, forklift, snowblower, and cuts the grass. Yeah, those are pretty awesome. Those are pretty awesome. Robert, no one at Swap recognized my JJ's Garage shirt. It was a sad day. Well, maybe they'll start asking questions. Maybe, let's see. I'm gonna skip ahead. I don't know who 10 Dreads is or what he's wanting. Caden says spammer. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So not gonna worry about that one. Denny, a car dealer friend, says they hate to sell cars to engineers. They overanalyze and in most cases know more than a salesperson due to research. I agree. I would agree with that 100%. It's another funny story. Back in 99, Chevy had transitioned out of their previous model truck, the 98, and then the 99 was the transition year. So you had the more rounded off truck with the 5.3. Really great truck. Probably one of the best trucks GM ever built, period. And I had done a little, research on them, and I was interested in buying one. And me and a friend went to the Chevy dealer, and they had just got, these trucks in. And I, having worked on stuff and understanding how stuff comes apart and goes together and whatever, I get out there and I'm looking at this brand new truck, and I see the little Wi-Fi icon popping up. Stop it. So I get out there and look at this truck, and we got the doors open, we got the hood open, and on those trucks, they have simple rods that hold the headlights in. They just slide through holes, and they have turning, locking, top pieces. Just 90-degree thing. Well, this guy, we're out there looking at this truck. Next thing you know, we're taking it apart. I pulled the pins out of the headlight. I pulled the headlight out. I had disconnected the bulbs. I'm looking at the light. We're looking at, behind the grill and all this stuff. The salesman comes out and loses his mind. He was like, stop, what are you doing? And I'm like, what? I'm just looking at the parts. He was losing his mind. And I said, look, it just goes, you can show this to your customers, they can work on their own car. I said, just here, watch. Popped it right in, put the pins in. I said, now you have a selling point. You can show people how to do this. He's like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Gordon, most engineers and designers don't live in the real world. They don't have to fix what they design. Well, I'll say, yeah, some. It's nice whenever somebody has a mechanical background and they've gone into, engineering stuff, and then they can kind of make it better. So that helps a lot. That's why, working on airplanes, a lot of aircraft engineers just couldn't fathom the process. I mean, I know one instance where an engineer had written up a repair for a doubler on a whatever section of something. And he was like, yeah, all you need is this and this and this, right? Well, they do a good job writing up the repairs, and they build a, blueprint for you to follow. And so first thing he showed it to me to get an opinion on it. And I said, well, this is great. I said, but what is this metal? And it was some crazy metal. I said, what is this metal you picked out here? And he said, oh, that's the, that'll blah, blah, blah. That'll work fine. I said, okay, where do you get it? I've never heard of this metal before. Where do you get it? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I just saw it in a book. It met my requirements. So that's what I went with. I said, okay, you go find this metal, and then you come back to me. And he came back later on and he said, you can't get this metal anymore. I said, yeah. You have to look at what we have in the inventory and then work from that. Don't go to some exotic manual and say, I've created this fantastic repair. You got to work within the parameters of what you have available. So he was able to learn from that. So just, sometimes you have to get in their head. Caden, I have gained a lot of faith in John Deere turns now. I watched one go over a 2 to 3 inch tree and come out fine. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't want to run the risk of that. Not breaking something. Roger says he resembles that remark. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good thing about Roger too, being next door. Sometimes I get ideas, and we'll do what we call, my other friend Henry, who's from Finland. We'll argue about things. That's his way of talking about, trying to hash it out and figure it out. We'll argue about it. And so, Roger and I get together and we'll argue about something until, we kind of come to a good conclusion on it. So it's always nice to have that other input. NPC, hey Joe, I got a few 8-inch Ford rear ends from working on 60s Mustangs. I wonder how they would hold up as Jeep rear ends. I don't know. I can't tell you how well they would do, honestly. 8-inch is not most desirable, but depends what you're going to do with a Jeep, I guess. Roger, but for the record, I do have to fix what I designed. Yes. Bad Harry, I was late today because a package arrived. Dress up kit for Coyote Engine. Sent a couple of pics. Okay. Let me see if I can. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's nice, eh? Right? Know what I'm supposed to say? That's nice, eh? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Let me see if I can pull those in. Maybe it'll pull it in. So there's the dress up kit. Wow. That looks nice. That looks nice. Yeah. I like that. That looks real slick. Nice. Good choice. Pull that back off. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, so Emil, Myerstown, PA. That's where the airbrush person is. I don't know where Myerstown is. I know where Myersdale is, but I don't know where Myerstown is. But thank you for that. Caden, spare parts army. We're all the ones that drove our parents crazy by taking everything apart. Yeah, definitely. Trunk Monkey, hi from Canada. Well, I'm glad you're here. And we just got a 69 Cyclone 428 Super Cobra with a 4-gear. I would love to learn more about this car, and you are the man. Well, I don't know about that. I know we have other people that are really into those, but I probably don't give you enough. I don't have enough information to share with you on that. But I know there's other people here that do. Let me pull this off. Okay. So, where are we at? Let me get back up here. Okay, Fast and Furious. Wish there was a filter for your camera so we can see the real color of jade. Yeah, I know. It looks like, to me, it looks like the Gulfstream Aqua, right? And so I'm going to say it looks like the ocean. That's the color I see. The green of the ocean. That's kind of what I see. That's what I see. I don't know how else to describe it. Mason, hey Joe Dad, I sent a garage sale yesterday and bought me a 70 Dodge Challenger model car with a supercharger on it. Can I super glue back tires on? Can I super glue tie back? I don't know. I can't answer a model question. I guess with the right glue you probably could, but I don't know. Sammy, have you had any issues getting sheet metal lately? I haven't had to buy any lately. Thankfully. Might be in the future though. But I have not. Probably from that I think there was big problems where that big ship got stuck in the Suez Canal and it backed up shipping. My wife was seeing something about all these container ships off the West Coast that are now sitting out there waiting to get in to dump their stuff. Clark, can you see what year are the rears? Oh, okay. I was asking about the 8-inch rear end. Yeah, that could, that's a good. I know you said Mustangs. I wouldn't mind knowing as well because I'm probably gonna have to come up with another rear end to go in the 68 car that I have, the other 68. Cuddy, should I rebuild a V6 engine or just buy a crate engine? Which V6? I mean, I don't know what you want to spend. Crate engine gives you a warranty. If you can, I don't know there's much benefit to actually rebuilding a V6 because it's not like a classic car where you have a numbers correct engine or whatever. That's just, can't really say which way is better, honestly. You end up with the same product. Whether you buy one, it's rebuilt, or you spend the money to rebuild it. Depends what your cost analysis is, probably. Rick, I got distracted with a phone call. What did I miss? Not a lot. Bad Harry Sideway. Thanks. I don't know. Yeah, that looks real slick. It does. Mason was wanting to know if I could fix my model car with super glue. Oh, I'm not. I know they make model glue, but I don't know. I would say super glue should work though. It should. Bonds everything else. GW Castle looks good, but lots of money. Yep. Adds up. Okay, so NPC is saying 65, 67, 68. Well, there you go. So Clark's already asking about the 68 rear end, and where are you? So there you go. You might have one sold. Because I'm going to have to find one. See, I'm debating. I got my little I've got a little warning going up here. Wi-Fi signal again. Stop. See if it fixes itself. I don't get it. I'll give it a second. Come on. All right, I'm gonna move forward on this. See what happens. Gordon, Barry's a lucky bum, a good neighbor, and a good engineer. Yep. Can't argue that. Robert, I noticed on last reader's rides and on Jorge's that they both have cowl side panels from a 67. Obviously, they phased it in before 67. Oh. I guess. I didn't really pay attention to that. I'll take your word for it. Still showing the Wi-Fi thing. All right, it's almost back. I see it. It's going to want to change. Now it's back to normal. Yeah, Robert, I have not noticed that. Cowl side panels from a 67. I guess I don't even think that they would fit, honestly. But I guess why wouldn't they? Bad Harry, Caden, Michael, putting in a 67 fastback. Yes. Rick Gain doing shop. Let's see. Shop doing my car is having a lot of problems getting quarter panels. Yep. Don Thompson. Betsy has a 68 9-inch rear end, wider track. Yes. You know, it's funny. The rear end that's in Jade is out of a 59 Mercury station wagon. It's actually narrower than the rear end you could normally get. And the only reason I figured this out, I talked to the owner about it, the previous owner, because there's actually wheel spacers on my car. The wheel spacers have to push. I've got 9-inch wide rims under this thing. And I think they're at least 1-inch thick wheel spacers on the drums to widen it back out. So if I took those off, it might really tuck those wheels under, and I'm not going to take that chance. But talking about the other 68, it's got the 6-lug or the 4-lug 6-cylinder rear end underneath it because somebody swapped it out. But I do have a Ford 9-inch out of a 65 or 6 car, which from my numbers, I think it's an inch narrower or 2 inches. I don't know what the number, I can't remember. So I was debating on whether I want to put that rear end underneath the 68 so that it, again, narrows things up a little bit. I haven't decided yet, but it is there. Rick, super sticker. Thank you, man. Whoops, hold on. There we go. Got it. Dave, now is a great time to have lots of parts and unfinished projects to choose from. Parts will be tight for a while. That is true. I was out. I've said it before. I go out and I deliver food at night, typically for Uber Eats. I've been doing it like 6 months, and I enjoy it. I mean, I don't have any problem with it. I like it. It's kind of like doing a scavenger hunt. And I was driving around the other night, and I came across a red 68 coupe. sitting in front of a house, but that's part of the reason I like doing it, because I can spy for cars delivering somewhere. So, oh, no, there's something there. Anyway, so I found a 68 coupe, but I was going to stop and get a closer look, but I already had another call request, so I had to go. But I do know where it's at. I think they're driving it. It's not like it's sitting. So, but I might have to drive by there at some point, just kind of give it the stink eye. Caden, buy spare parts army. Gotta go. Yeah. Oh, buy spare parts army. Bad Harry, it's pronounced A, y'all. Bad Harry, I when I was in the military, I served with a guy who was from, what was he? I think it was Maine. His name was Steve, and he would say that all the time. He would say, "How's it going, eh? What are you up to, eh?" I don't know. It was kind of just that weird kind of thing. I'm going to McDonald's, eh? You want to go, eh? Rick, Barry, if you're 68, you should consider the independent rear suspension out of a mid-90s Ford Explorer. That could be something to consider. Could be. Ben, super glue dust off and looks like a salt stain. Oh, you're talking about for the model kit, I guess. Clark, how much for the 68 and what state are you in? Yeah, we talked about that. In front of Craftsman, my 66 had a 70 Maverick rear end in it, a little narrower than the original car, going with an 8.8 from an Explorer, though. I wouldn't mind having an 8.8 from an Explorer. I'm thinking those are going to get people are buying those up whenever they can. Because I've been looking for some, and I see them. They're getting like $250 or $300 for those rear ends now. Bet Harry, I still have not got my fastback Donicorn driver's side B pillar ordered December 2020. Yep. Don Thompson, 2-inch narrower. Want to trade? Kind of a long drive. I don't think you want to make that trip. I don't know who that is, so I'm going to skip past that one. Denny, common swap in the 70s was used a 57, 59 Ford wagon 9-inch in a 65 Mustang, same dimensions. That's what it is. That's what my rear end is. In fact, it says I did a rebuild on it. Although it's not as strong as a nodular iron Ford 9-inch, it's fine. I'm not racing this thing. It is, I think it says, actually stamped in it somewhere, it says Warrior or something like that. Dave, I think it is Warrior. I think it has something like that stamped into it. I think I show it in that video that I do when I take it apart and put it back together. So anyway, Rick, you may consider purchasing a spare bell just in case. You're a little hard on that one at some point, and it kicks the bucket and brings no more. Yeah. Let's see, Rick, if I order from Uber Eats, will you bring me some good Southern food from Georgia? If you'll pay the tab, I'm not sure how long that would take. That would be a long drive. All right. Greg's checking out. Got to go. See you all later. I'm glad you're here, Greg. Appreciate your responses and following along. It's so much nicer to have warm coffee, or not hot, but not drinkable coffee. Rick sent me that. So yeah. Wait, Warrior, where's Moss? Mrs. Humor. Yeah, he must be busy. Maybe he's working or something, Who wants to do that? Clark, that would be a Skokie. Uh-oh. What are we talking about? You talking about the rear end? Skokie? I'm not sure what that. I've not heard that term before. Hindsight, Roger Herm. I have an IRS from a 2005 Expedition. It comes with the rest of the Expedition. Clean, one owner. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna have to look at that. Sneak over there and take a look at the expedition. If you come back from work one day and it's sitting on jack stands, maybe you know where the rear end went. Gordon, $25. Awesome, man. Just because. Just because. Cool. Thank you, sir. Clark, that would be a Smokey and the Bandit drive, Uber Eats. Ah, okay. What is Skokie? What? Skokie? Am I missing something? I'm missing a term there. That would be it would be a Smokey and the Bandit run, though. It would. How fast can you make it to New Jersey, right? Yeah. That would be quite the run. Let's see. Ben, towards a new bell. Well, I mean, this one works. But if nothing else, I can use it for coffee. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. Hindsight, I'll understand. Yeah. It's probably not going to happen for quite some time. You'll probably donate it to somebody before I ever get to it. Dawn, thanks for Rick. New discovery video coming. Been finding rusty stuff. Yeah, I know that like Don was mentioning that he was finding rust underneath the seam sealer and stuff like that, and now he's not sure about trusting what's under the seam sealer, and I don't blame him. Rick, hey, if you come up for Uber Eats, you can bring me the Brooklyn Pony at the same time. Yeah, sure. Clark says autocorrect, and it says kind of like lather in Greg's comment above. Yep. I noticed the bell working after my comment. Yeah. Well, it works. And I think sometimes it turns a little bit and it kind of locks it down to where it doesn't want to do its thing as well. So I have to I don't know. There you go. That was a good bell. Robert, 2 packs of dry ice and a foam cooler gets ribs and brisket from Texas to Georgia. It does. It does. And I must say, when I finally cracked into those ribs, that was some good stuff. The brisket was good too. But those ribs, those were good. Those were good. Dawn, I am now removing the sealer. Ford used it to cover a multitude of sins. Yes, they did. I've seen stuff. I mean, I've seen gaps in cars, half-inch gap where the panels never met together and they just filled it in with sealer. I said, nobody will know the difference. Nobody's going to look at that. These cars are going to be junk in 10 years. They're still around. People still working on them, digging in, finding stuff. That was a bug. Let's see. Christy Woods, the weather in Cali is good all the time. I got that 8-inch for you that will fit right in your Mustang. Well, yeah, that's a long drive from Georgia. But maybe it'll work for Don. He's out on that West Coast. I knew it rained there. Again, I knew it rained. So, anyway, sometimes as I'm doing stuff around the shop, I have friends. They all know that I do stuff. I build things, or they need something modified or welded. I'm just going to show you this because it was one of those little projects that I did something. I don't have any pictures of it. A friend brought me some railroad spikes. Maybe I showed it before. They wanted it made into a cross. So I cut up these railroad spikes and welded them together, which they're really hard to weld. I mean, the metal is so hard that they're welded together. But honestly, if you took a hammer and hit that thing, it would come apart because it's really hard to weld that stuff. So I fixed that up for her, made it for her, and then she had another project and she brought this thing over. Now, mind you, this is something that was, I don't know what you would call it, handy folk art, something type of thing. A relative of hers had made this lamp and I'm holding this bracket in my hand. He had made, I mean, he took like a piece of rebar and he put this curved piece of cast iron on it, and then it had a provision for a light to attach. But the problem was it would not pivot because the leg was too short in between here. So she brought it to me and said, "Can you extend that? It's got like a carriage type bolt in it." She says, "Can you extend that for me?" I said, "Sure." So this is one of the little oddball projects that I do on the side. I extended this about 5/8 of an inch, just to make it so she could use it. This piece, it was a relative's thing. Anyway, so sometimes I do little, oddball things like this as well. Because, people know you, you can weld. Oh, I got something for you. Lewis, what do you work on? Just about anything, but I prefer to work on old cars. So old Mustangs, Camaros, whatever, stuff from the 60s and 70s mostly. But I also do work on modern cars. I do brake jobs, tune-ups. I'll do, wheel bearings and hubs and stuff on modern stuff, axles, and just about anything really. I've worked on cars all my life, literally. So, Dave, I think I did the Northern New Jersey Atlanta run in 12 and a half hours at one point. Okay. Well, I know for me to drive from where I live to where my family lives in Pennsylvania, I can do it in 12. But that's not like that's a pit stop for gas while the car's still running, and not and dragging food with me. I can't do that with my family though. They couldn't handle that. Dawn, I'll drive to your place after Betsy is finished. Really? Road trip. Okay. You're going to drive from Portland to Atlanta. That's a serious road trip, Dawn. That's a serious road trip. But if you do, we'll go out for dinner. That's all I can promise. Let's see. GW Castle, what's the name of the color on the hood? This is Gulfstream Aqua. Gulfstream Aqua. And we've talked about this. The camera does not show the color as it should be. Does not show it. I could pull out one of these inserts that's just sitting in it. And it shows up blue there. It's not blue. Trust me, it's ocean green. The camera, somebody told me about changing the, maybe I could change the, something on the camera, the white balance or something. I don't even know how to do that. I haven't looked at that. I don't even know how, let me see if I can, I don't think I have that option. Yeah, I don't have that option. So never mind. I don't know how to fix that. But anyway, Gulfstream Aqua, or another name it goes by is Aqua Blue Poly. So they have, the other name has blue in it, but this is Gulfstream Aqua. I can't tell you. Trust me, that is not the color. Man, I don't understand why it shows up like that. Frustrating. It's like an ocean. Looks like the ocean to me. Can't wait for the rest of the car to look like that, though. All right, I'll work on stuff. Let's see where we're at. Robert. Smeared all over the place on mine where it wasn't needed, left clumps of rockers to make noise. The car could have been $100 cheaper when new if they didn't weigh so much. Yeah, good point. Bad Harry finally saw the color you painted jade on. Wait a minute. Finally saw the color you painted jade on my steering column under their mounting bracket. The rest of the column was painted black. Okay. Don Thompson, that looks like a sailboat shackle. Yeah, it's some sort of, it's a custom light thing. It's different. I don't know how to, Brehan Mesa, my battery keeps dying because of electrical. Yeah, electrical bugs are the worst. Yep. Thanks, Dave. Don Thompson says, deal. Okay. You know, we can go to one of those Brazilian steakhouses. How about that? Dawn, light it with incandescent, has more yellow. Yeah. I don't think I have anything that's got an incandescent. All I have in here is LEDs anymore. That's all I have. That's all I have, LEDs. Because they work so well. Derek Pro looks great to me. Yeah. It is a beautiful color. Mike Cook, I have a door for 6A Mustang, some other parts in the Huntsville area. So, looking to sell? Is that what you're saying? If anybody, I don't know what all you have, but if somebody's interested, Huntsville is in Alabama. Clark looks like Acapulco blue. It's not. It's not Acapulco blue. Trust me. Roger, that isn't the color, and the camera doesn't do it justice, sadly. Yeah, I agree. GW Castle, yeah, you're right. It looks blue. Is it a Ford color? It is the original color for the 68 Mustang. Acapulco blue. I'm just curious now. I'm going to see. Not Acapulco blue. Gulfstream Aqua. Why did I say that? Everybody's got me thinking blue now. I just want to see if I can find an image right now that is going to be close to the color that you see, because it looks different. I mean, every time you see a picture, you look online, and it looks different in so many ways from what you can see. Each one has a different kind of hue to it, and all I know is the paint code that I have and the paint mixing that I have is from an old. Even that's not quite right. An old paint chip book they use at PPG. So that much I know. And I don't know if I could find one that's going to be right. That's not right. See, that's what I'm saying. Each one you see has a subtle difference to it. Let me see if this picture works. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I can't find one right now. I wish there was an easier way to do this. Let me see if I can get that picture. Okay. I'm going to download this picture. We're going to see what happens and see if it makes a difference. Let me find it. Let me see. Okay. That's more like it. That's closer to the truth right there. And again, you can look at it like they must have painted the quarter extensions off the car because they don't match the quarter, which kills me. But that's more of the color. That's closer to the truth, I think. So that's about all I can tell you. I wish there was an easier way to show the color, but let me see. We pull that back down. Go back to the comments. Rick, how different is it? How different is that color from Highland Green, like the Bullet? Bad Vision sucks. It's not even close to Highland Green. Not even close. To me, Highland green is almost like a forest green color, very dark, not even close. Clark, did you ever weld and use that camera? Oh yeah. No, not this camera. Not this camera. And at least not like, not like I use my other camera, which it seems to show up color fine. My little portable camera. I have not used this camera for welding. Dave, we have a Huntsville here in Ontario too. Well, I'm guessing Huntsville, Alabama then. Dawn, there are some pics of a 69 that looks green. Yes. Huntsville is where the big prisons is here in Texas. Okay, so there's a Huntsville, Texas. So it must be a variety of Huntsvilles. Stony Island. I got a question, and I'd like to know your input on it. Well, if it's a good question, we'll find out. Danny, I'll be go to Auto Color Library online. Yeah, that could work. I'm just kind of okay. So you sent a pic. Let me see if that. Yeah, the picture Dawn sent me is more green. It's more green than what I have. Now that one might be decent. And I'm going to go back to Dawn as well and download this picture. If I can, just give me the option. Let me try this. Okay. So we're going to go back and I'm going to pull down a couple of pictures here. Matt Harry sent me this one. If it'll load, it's on a Wi-Fi loop again. And let me get. I don't know if this is working or not. Give it a second. But the picture that Dawn sent me, that's even more green. That's even more green than what's you can see on my panels. And then this one is what Bed Harry sent me. That's closer. That's actually closer to what's on my car. That's closer. Tell me, see if this. Pull that back off. Comments, go back up. Okay, Danny, I have a Windsor van that color. Yep. If the paint looks like the color on the old school Hot Wheels, it's nice. I'm still getting that Wi-Fi signal. We have a Nick sighting. We have a Nick. Glad you're here, Nick. Dave, I personally think that the aqua blue is the nicest color that Ford had. It's pretty nice. I do like it a lot. Winged Warrior, hey, Nick's here. Yep. Got that. Mike Cook, Huntsville, Alabama. So I was right. Huntsville, Alabama. Come on, Wi-Fi. Fix yourself. Mustang Mike, got to go. Y'all take it easy. All right. Glad you're here. Robert, the better half wants the Cougar style taillights on the 66. Cougar is in a sequential, not the taillights themselves. I'm not sure. Well, they make the sequential LEDs. You can adapt. If you keep the standard size, you can just put these sequential LEDs in the 65. That's pretty easy. And it's kind of cool. I get it. I like it. Derek, got to go. Catch y'all next time. Stay well. See you, Derek. Glad you were here. Dawn, pretty any way you slice it. Yes. I agree. Clark, I'm considering Acapulco Blue for my 68, but it's subject to change. I'm a fan of the Acapulco Blue. I've said that before. My dad had a 69 Mach 1. It was that color. Um, the Mystique Mustang, I painted it that color. I like it a lot. I do. And I like this color a lot. I would probably, if I'm building a 69, I would probably go with the Acapulco Blue. This color, because it's original to the car, I like it for that reason. It's going to, when I take this to a cruise in or something, it's going to turn some heads. I already know that. It's going to turn some heads. Gray Hair Garage checking in. Glad you're here. We still need to get together. I know I've been telling you we're gonna communicate, email, or on Messenger, and trying to find the right time to get over there and have a look at your cool Mustang fastback. If I'll say it right now, if you haven't looked at Gray Hair Garage, go check out his channel and go look at his 70 fastback Mach 1 hybrid. I think he calls it Frankenstein. Give it a look. You'll be amazed. Very cool car. Mike, I have to go. Have a hockey game to play. See you next live. All right. We'll see you. Yeah, and the next live will be Thursday at 3. So that should be worked out. And again, if y'all haven't seen this already, I've talked about it. I had that little Yes Welder plasma cutter show up. We had discussed it, whether it was a good idea or not. Along with that, because I accepted this offer and I took this thing in, which I made the video on, and I have it scheduled for tomorrow, but I may make it for I may change that to Wednesday, just so I don't have back, because I already posted one video today and one yesterday. I don't want to just pile them up like that. So I may have to wait till Wednesday instead, but made that video. And since I've accepted that offer from them, because I also had the Hulkman battery thing that I did. Hey, why not? It's a new one. We'll try it. Well, I know my Wi-Fi is doing this thing again. I heard, so I don't know if you can hear me okay. But I've had other people contact me about other products, wanting to know if I want to work with them. So maybe that was part of it, is accepting some of these offers and seeing what is, what's available. So because I brought it up. I had a company contact me yesterday or today, and it's a request from a company called Alloy Works Auto Parts. Of course, it's not an American company. But it looks like they sell radiators. And it says, according to what they're posting, all aluminum T5057 aircraft grade CNC machine filler neck and cap. Anyway, so that's one company that has contacted me again about, hooking up and trying to try out their products, but I don't know yet. I haven't decided, because I was looking at different radiators. One of them for Jade, I'm considering that Crossflow from Eastwood. It looks like it'd be a better job, but I don't know if it'll actually work, because I think the water necks have to be on opposite sides, and I think on my car they're on the same side. So if I did that, I would have to swap out the water pump so that the water flowed out the other side, or I'd have to use that funky hose that I had picked up for the Brooklyn Pony, then when it transfers it all the way back over to the other side. So I don't know. I may look into a little more, but hey, if I can save some money and end up with something I need, why not? Don, that's Frankenstein. Yeah, that's from young Frankenstein. Wayne Warrior got me at Abnormal brain. That's Abby Normal. And Wally checking in. I'm glad you're here, Wally. Abby Normal. Yes. Yes, that was a great movie. That was a great movie. Now we Dave, you are correct, Wally. By the way, very nice videos. Another good engineer. Yes, Wally is definitely an engineer type mind with what he's doing. I'm really impressed by his build. I really am. I mean, I know everybody they comment about what I do, and sheet metal is my thing. I love working with sheet metal, welding stuff together. Even body work. I like doing body work. A lot of people don't like body work. I don't like doing electrical stuff. It's just not my thing. But looking at what Wally's doing, I'm like, that's in his wheelhouse. He really likes that electrical stuff. He gets into it. And so, I mean, I'm going to struggle. I say struggle. I'm not actually looking forward. I bought those mirrors with the turn signals built in. I'm not really looking forward to installing those. I think they're cool and I will get them installed, but that's about as much electronic stuff besides a radio that I'm going to put in my car. I don't have the drive to do that sort of stuff. So, Robert, I'm going to start with the Spaceball phrases now. Feel free, Robert. Feel free. Anyway, so what else I was going to talk about? Oh, okay. Nick, yeah, Wally, he's got some brainage. Yeah. Yep. He definitely has the electrical smarts to make that car what he wants. And that's pretty cool. I posted a video earlier today on the motorcycle and, build that seat pan and doing some different things. And I've got some other ideas that I'm incorporating that's going to make it pretty cool. So hopefully I can get that taken care of very soon. And move on to getting, the tank painted, because that's going to be another, another segment that needs to happen on that bike. But we have the postman. Hey there, I'm a new watcher. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Gray Hair Garage, sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Good point. Good point. Yeah, Gray Hair, I know you're not far from me, as far as where we live. So we'll definitely have to get together and do some things with the, and speaking of which, since you're here, I don't know if you do Cars and Coffee in Peachtree City. I don't know if you do that. But they're having a thing this Saturday in Fayetteville at the Kiwanis Park. I don't know if you heard about that. But I'm going to be there. So I'm going to take my Model A to the Kiwanis Park car show from 10 to 12. And they have a sign-up thing for it. So if you're interested, just letting you know, since you're in the area, and I think it'd be cool to see your car there, if you're not doing something. But just giving you that notification. In fact, I could probably send you if you're not already on Cars and Coffee, I could probably send you a link. And if you want to sign up, they only had like 30 cars signed up. So they're trying to get that filled in. Okay. So you say yes. So you know about Cars and Coffee. So I don't know if you know about that Kiwanis car show. Nick, man, I'm not going to lie. The sanding and filler work has been killing my hands. I tried hitting it with my purse, but it wasn't really shaping up like I wanted that way. If it's hurting your hands, you're probably doing it wrong, Nick. What are you doing? Swinging too many hammers and holding too many welders. But yeah, it can be rough on your hands. I will say that it can be rough, and I wouldn't want to do it every day, not again. But I don't know. It's kind of therapeutic for me to do that. The postman. So I've been wanting to buy a 6.7 Firebird and restoring it, but I have no idea how to begin restoring. Are there any good books or anything to tell the noobs how to begin this? Well, I mean, I'm sure there's books out there, but most of your stuff is going to be video format. If you haven't seen, there's a YouTube channel called Mr. Fireman. He has built a 68 Camaro, basically the same car. And he's done a lot of work to that car. So you might want to look up his channel. I have videos on my channel of a 68 Camaro that I did a bunch of work to, put on quarter panels, tail panel, floor pan, firewall, same car, So you could probably look at my videos if you want. And then look at Mr. Fireman. I think it's just Mr. Fireman. I don't think there's any other numbers after it. He's been building a Camaro. Other than that, I don't know anybody in particular, but I can't point you at a book and say this is a book you should look at. Whoops. Leonard, Ivy Bronze. I guess mastic, is that the word you're trying to say? My bronze, I'm guessing, is what's on my Torino, and it's a hard color to do. I'll bet. That sounds like a hard color to do. Nick, really though, it's been hurting my mitts. You maybe you're pushing too hard, Nick. Are you using real sandpaper? Because you got to have good sandpaper. Dawn, Nick, you're supposed to plug those sanders in. Good point, Dawn. There we go. Plug them in, hook up the air. One of the two. I'm going to say hi there. Okay. Nick, that's possible. For sure it's wrong. I think it's because I use my hands all day and they're sort of cramping. Drink more fluids. That's all I can say. Wind where the rough side goes against the car, Nick. You're getting lots of help, Nick. Roger, Nick, use sandpaper. It works better than fingerprints. There, yeah, there's another good helpful. Nico is asking about favorite Mercedes. I don't really have a favorite Mercedes. I'm going to say the old 60s Gullwing. The one that had the whatever. I'll say that'd be my favorite because I don't really know. Okay, Postman, check it out. Nick, I wear gloves at work. These babies are Charmin Soft. Might be able to polish with them. There you go. Lost 2-1. Mr. Fireman 164. So that is a good response. Thank you. Check out his channel and what he's been doing on that Camaro. Leonard, I was going to say watch your video on the car. Yeah, I have several videos on the Camaro. I really do. Crash Rider would be Mr. Fireman 164. Yes. Thank you for that. Leonard beat you. I think, no, Lost 2-1 beat you to it, which I haven't seen that name before. I'm glad you're here. That's a different name. Bad Harry, hearing about you guys going to the car show sucks. We can't go anywhere. We are on lockdown because of COVID. No racetracks, car shows, getting cabin fever. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. That's how it is in some places. Here, it's been opening up quite a bit. I've been going to places and not wearing my mask. People don't care. They're not saying anything. I'm not sure what are they going to do? Kick me out? Okay, kick me out. I don't care. But I do wear it. Like if I'm doing my Uber stuff, delivering, I have to wear the mask. It's a requirement for the process. So I'll do it. And that way they don't know who I am, right? I'm a mask bandit. They can't tell who I am. Robert, when I look at the cars at shows and swap meets, I still can't help but see how bad the sheet metal is lined. Not big gaps, but just poor body work and on cars with expensive paint jobs. That's the thing. I struggle with that a lot. When I go to a car show or something, I look at stuff and I have to walk by and not look. I can't. I'll find stuff that fast. Could be anything from, a ridge on what it didn't sand out the Bondo, right? Or a gap that's wrong, or an alignment that's wrong. And it's torture. I think I talked about it. I went and looked at a 53 Cadillac for a guy that the doors didn't line up on the car. And I was like, he's like, can you help me? And he already had a lot of people work on this car and nobody could figure it out. And then he told me that the car was made from 3 different cars. And I said, okay, there's the problem. Somebody didn't line something up. But yeah, I look at stuff at car shows and I'm just, I got to keep on walking. So that's partly why, whenever I'm doing this car, I already know it's going to be, as far as a look, hopefully the finish and everything, we'll put it in the top 10 of whatever's there, in my opinion, because the gaps are going to be nice. The fit is going to be nice. All that stuff is just going to make it pop. But like, probably, like we talk about, the average person is just going to walk by and go, oh, that's a cool color. Not really notice it. And that's fine. I understand. Dawn, still better than COVID fever. True. Leonard, just watch his video on Barry's Camaro and you'll get a lot of information. That's true too. There's a lot of information on that Camaro. And those were back when I wasn't making the best videos. I'll just say that. But it's still good information. Robert, Texas is almost normal. Oh, and cases have been dropping. There's 2 parts to that. Almost normal. Yeah, cases have been dropping. Cole, I agree with you completely about the no masking. I don't wear it either. Yeah. Nick, oh shoot, looky there. The sandpaper was backwards. Let's see. Wayne Warrior, Nick, we missed you, bud. Yep. Denny Albee, I tell him in an irrevocable national medical exemption, no mask for me. I'm in the control group of this experiment. Hey, that works. Robert, my body work isn't perfect, but I would be embarrassed to take most of these cars to a car show if it were mine. Yeah. Some of them are just crazy what they get away with. Roger, seriously, Nick, relax a bit and let the paper do the work. I had this neighbor tell me that once. True. Let the paper do the work. Very true. You're not, what would be a good term? It's not like you're, trying to file down a 2x4 to a 1x4. Not how it works. Jeff Deal, I worked at a Ford plant in Edison, New Jersey for DuPont, staring at Rangers coming out of the paint booth every morning, first shift. Taught me a lot about what to look for, but now every car show is painful. Yes. I mean, when we had the body shop, we were doing collision work and restoration work. And I mean, I would stress over every gap. Didn't matter what it was on. Every gap, every panel. I look at even brand new cars. I see them show up or go, I've had people come to me with their brand new whatever they bought. And I look at it and I'm like, man, why is the fender sticking out past the door? And it shouldn't be, period. But just torture. Leonard, that's the problem I had with the quarter of my Torino. Mine's a 73 and the replacement came from 72. Go figure. Yeah. Getting that weird kind of thing happening in my throat. Okay. We're at the 2-hour mark. I know I got 73 watching, but I think I'm going to have to call it a night. Something in here starts to hurt, and I don't know what it is. But it has to do with, I'm sure, with me talking so much. So to close it up, let me see. Jeff says, Rangers were bottom line as far as money invested in the paint system. A lot of trucks got rejected and went through the booth multiple times. I think they scrapped the bodies at 6 to 7 times. Yeah, that's scary. Don Thompson, so Betsy would torture you. Ain't nothing perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Clark, take pictures of Jade for next show. Yeah. Well, if I get to the point where I'm not ready, I still have to block sand it. And get the, get it ready for the final round of primer or paint. Sorry. Nick, missed y'all too. Yeah, and honestly, it's the mixing of the filler and spreading of it that gets me. The sanding is about as bad as bad anyway. Your neighbor sounds like a know-it-all. Yeah, he gets that way. Anyway, so if you haven't check out the motorcycle videos that I posted. Of course, check out Dawn's video. I think I'm going to change out the plasma cutter video. Instead of tomorrow, I'll make that Wednesday. And there will be a link on there if you're interested in buying one. You can go through that link. I'm going to finish up the tail lights or the back of the motorcycle. Probably can't really see. Maybe you can see. Yeah, I've been working on the fender. So I'm going to finish that out. And once I get the fender finished, then I can go back to working on the gas tank. I have the paint for it too. So it's going to get painted. But yeah, Dave Britton, thumbs up before you go. Yep. Stay safe. Thumbs up, everyone. Just thumbs it up. Rick had another phone call. Sorry, man. Okay. So anyway, we'll be back on Thursday. We'll talk about cars and such. And we'll see if Nick has figured out a way to not have his hands hurt. So hope you're feeling better, Nick. I don't want you hurting your hands. Seriously. No pain. No pain, no pain. That's why I look at it. Okay. So until Thursday, that's going to be it. And take care of yourselves. See ya.